What's up, Tsla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. I want to talk about some key levels to watch for and why Tesla is showing some signs that are quite bullish. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Mumu link that's down below. If you sign up for Mumu with the link down below and deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000, you're guaranteed 25 in total. And deposit $5,000, you're guaranteed 60 free stocks. You'll also qualify for an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash, and the offer ends at the end of July. Anyways, as far as the market's going, I just want to say that Tesla's looking quite good here. Nice looking inverse head and shoulders like structure, and there's a good chance that we try to continue this uptrend. So this is looking quite good, and this could continue to push for the 340s quite easily. Now, if we end up failing, we end up losing like 319 to 320. That could be a bearish sign, but as of right now, there's no sign of Tesla dumping, and we still look more bullish approaching earnings. Now, for tomorrow specifically, there's not really much data coming out for the broader markets. We just have some crude oil and home purchases data. But after market close, that's when Tesla has its earnings. So we're almost there, guys. We're less than a day and a half away, and it's going to be very, very important. Now, there's been some more news that came out that Honda, Acura, and other EVs can now access Tesla Superchargers via adapter, and that's some great news. This now once again gives them access to the $225 NACS charging adapter for some of their EVs, which I think is very, very awesome. Great news for them, at least so far, and I think this is going to once again expand what they can do, and once again, it's going to help Tesla get more demand. So once again, Tesla's going to be continuing to expand their supercharger network, and we're going to see more and more of these superchargers as a result of this high demand. On top of this, in the state of California, the sales are down over 20%, unfortunately. They used to be at 52,000 for the quarter last year. Now it's down to about 41,000. It's not the best of news, but it's not really hurting Tesla. We're still holding up despite this. So, in my view, we're looking quite good. There's an inverse head and shoulders, a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we're just uptrending since. We also are riding this trend line up. So as long as we don't lose like 315 to start dumping, we're favoring an attempt to push for 338 or above. Once again, to push towards this imbalance, going for 344. I think the odds favor upside for Tesla. I think we're doing a fantastic job thus far. Overall, we're looking good. So keep that in mind. We're looking quite bullish. As far as SPY goes, SPY is also looking decent. It's trying to push right over here. I do want to warn you guys, though, that, we might just keep going if we want to remain bullish, but at the same time, I would be careful in case this is resembling a head and shoulders. So there's always the possibility that this could be a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder, unless we just keep going for like 630 and just break past that. If we can't break this resistance at 629.5 and we consolidate here, then dump. That could be a sign the head and shoulders is about to pan out. So be very careful. For the QQQ, we have 562 as resistance, and then we have this imbalance. If we end up losing support at 559, we're looking for a bigger dump. But for now, it's trying to bounce, so we need to see this basically get back above 564 to continue to push. If it doesn't, it could be making a lower high and reject, so be very careful. On the IWM, the 4 hour is showing some strength because we're trying to get back above this trend line. So this could be a breakout right here on the Russell 2000. We're trying to break out of this flag. So this is looking a bit more bullish. We need to continue to hold above it. So we need to hold at least above 222. And in that case, we may continue to push for like 225 or above. So I think we're doing a fantastic job. On ES, I think we're doing well, but be careful with ES. We're going to see if this is a breakout that's forming or if we're about to form a head and shoulders. It really could go either way. We have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Now, if we can't break 6360, then it could reject back down. But if we do break this, we're going to be looking for new highs. We're going to try to break the all-time high. So do we make new all-time highs or do we come short? If we come short and get a big rejection, there is the possibility of a head and shoulders. So be careful, guys, with ES. Could go either way. Also, NQ is trying to bounce here. Could be looking for basically 23,000. We're going to see if it rejects or not. But look for some upside for 23,300 for now. Bitcoin's holding up very, very well so far. We're favoring 120,000. I'm just going to go over a few more of these. Nvidia, although it dipped a bit, it needs to lose 166 to be bearish and 170 needs to break for it to be bullish. We're in the middle between 166 and 170, so not really much will happen until we break out. Apple is favoring 215 as a potential target, looking a bit more bullish for now. AMD needs to get back above 156 to continue. If it doesn't hold above this, it could reject. And we're going to be looking to see if 152 holds. Amazon's trying to push back up to about 129. We're going to see if it rejects. I see a small push here, so be very careful. Meta is going to be looking for this 709 to 712 area. We're going to see if it rejects. There's some upside potential. Google's trying to break the highs, looking for 193, then 195 is our targets. And Microsoft is favoring 503 for a downside move. So for now, that's what I'm seeing on the charts. We're quite neutral. Some stocks are looking bullish, some are weaker. SPY is trying to push higher, but be careful to see if this is about to form a head and shoulders or not. But despite that, Tesla's looking quite bullish. Higher highs, higher lows. Very, very nice looking inverse head and shoulders setup. When we close these lines, it looks like this. Very, very nice accumulation. It's still favoring an attempt to get up to 344 plus. Great job by Tesla. We're holding up quite well. Thank you for listening, guys. This is your update for now. Just a couple more things about Tesla. So let me just clarify one thing before I finish the video. So as far as Tesla's going, okay, I'm just talking about the move approaching earnings, okay? We could continue to push as we get very close to earnings, just like this, going for like 344. But then when earnings come out, I don't know if we're just going to keep launching for the 350s or if we get a big rejection right back down. Anything could happen after earnings, so you never know, which is why I want to make that distinction that this is just a prediction approaching earnings as we're looking a bit more bullish. On the weekly time frame, when you look back at Tesla, what typically happens is when you get two strong green weeks in a row. So if we go back on the chart, for example, like right here, we had two green weeks and we continued. Here we had two green weeks and we continued. Two green weeks and we continued. And that's typically the pattern, right? When you have two green weeks, you typically continue. Two green weeks and we continued. Another example is right here. We had two green weeks and we continued. Two green weeks, we went a little higher before slowing down. Two green weeks and we continued. Like that's typically what happens on Tesla. We typically don't just have like two green weeks and a big rejection. This did happen once. We had two like consolidation weeks, but I'm talking about like two more green weeks. So right here, right, we have two green weeks and we're going into earnings. Are we going to see a third green week, or are we going to start off green and then get a big rejection? Be careful, guys. There's a good chance we do try to pump higher for now, but I can't make promises about earnings until we see what's announced. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I'll be back in another couple of hours for another update. Until then, I wish you all the best and peace out.